Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm of course your host, Droodles, Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be playing in one of my favorite tier 9s in the game, the T92E1. Normally grinding a stock tier 9 can be quite painful, especially when you don't have any of the modules or equipment on the tank. However, the T92E1 already has a fully upgraded turret when you get your hands on the vehicle, which is great. Also, the stock gun has pretty decent damage per minute, very nice penetration, good alpha. There's no downsides of the stock gun. Sure, while you might not want to run it when you have the 152mm, there's no reason why you will suffer in it when it is completely stock, even with the stock engine. This is definitely one of the best stock grinds in the game. However, we're not going to be using it stock in today's video. We are going to be using it fully kitted out, explaining why this is still an incredibly powerful tier 9 vehicle, and showing you some live gameplay just to follow up with that fact. Now, what is good about the T92? Well, there's a couple things. First of all, it has massive alpha damage, 560 to be exact. That follows, obviously, by the 560 the T49 deals. And even in tier 10 with the Sheridan's 560, that hurts really hard. If you come up against vehicles like, let's say, the STB-1 or Vickers CR121B, even if I'm shooting heat shells, I outtrade them, or even a 121, the alpha is absolutely amazing to use. And the fact that you're light tanks, you've got that great mobility. I mean, just look at that. That is 551 hit points. I just shrugged right off of that vehicle. And that was it. There you go. That was an easy shot, and now I just wait for my long reload. Now, the reload is definitely one of the downsides of this vehicle. It has terrible, and I mean terrible damage per minute. It is 1900. It's probably the worst DPM in tier 9 for especially a mobile vehicle, but it does have a lot of upsides as well. We're going to aim in on this guy, and oh, there you go. Nice shot into the IS-7's lower plate. You'll notice the gun is surprisingly accurate. Even though it's got very bad dispersion, it seems to just hit most of its shells. So like that shot there, we quite easily hit it, and now we're over 1,000 damage. We got the IS-7 crossing, and we're going to aim in a shell on his side. Fire. Just went a bit high. Obviously, the IS-7 has that incredibly troll armor that, yeah, it can get the quite troll bounce. So we're going to reload. We got the Vickers CR off to the side, but not too much of a threat because I've got HE. And if this Vicker tries to get over the hill, well, we're just going to yeet right into the turret, a 575 roll. It's obviously pretty nice to be able to do that, clear the guy without even having to bleed hit points myself. So with that being dealt, the VK90 is not going to get a shell. Ooh, actually, he did get a shell into the enemy 121B, which is fine with me, because we're going to aim in an HE shell, making sure that clears the enemy opponent. And with that, that is all good. Well, we've got the 121B cleared, the E100 off to the side. Oh, I don't want to be hit by that M103. Back up. I do want to get a shell, though, into the C100. We also got tanks on our rear, so right now I'm going to push up on the E100. We're going to get off to his side, and now we should be at least decently a cover by, like, the M103 and other opponents on the enemy team for now. So we're going to reload. We got a couple seconds left. M103 missed me, which is perfect, so we're going to push over here, come up behind the E100, hopefully get a big old slap into his tank, and, oh, well, I guess that does the trick. So what do we have left? Well, we know the grill was somewhere towards the back. Oh, no. That's going to hurt, isn't it? Slap it. Oh, we got really lucky. That grill only, obviously, over the front has 4 degrees of gun depression, so because of that, the grill didn't actually get the shell into my vehicle. We got very lucky, but I was able to, again, use that alpha and get a big old slap into the enemy. We got the M103, and oh, HE into the side of his turret for 700 damage. With that, we're sitting at 3,400 damage ourselves. I mean, you can definitely see where the alpha damage on the T92E1 is absolutely fantastic. If you can get the shells to hit, they will hit really hard. Now, we know where the M103 is, and he's probably facing towards the other way. There you go. Nice tap into the side of his vehicle. Again, using that high alpha, I don't even really need to worry. We've taken off over 1,200 hit points from that vehicle. And now we just drive away. The Yo is going to finish him off. So what do we have next? We got the STB-1 and the IS-7. The Yo cleared him. So this is a pretty decent battle going for us right now. We still got a lot of hit points left on the enemy team, and what seems to be a very solid victory. So let's use that good mobility. Obviously, because we are a light tank, we can get very easily in the position. Nice shot from that Badger, getting a very high roll. And now we're just come up behind him. Go. Come on, we can get a shell in before the Badger. I want to yeet. There you go. Nice tap for 497, even though we had some very weird ping spikes there at the end. What a fantastic battle to showcase everything you need to know about the T92E1. We were able to use the mobility, able to use the gun, the penetration, situation, and everything to get at a 4,500 damage victory. And, I mean, that was just a walk in the park. Sure, we had a couple weird scenarios here and there with the E100, and we also had, what was that grill behind me? But even with that grill, we were fine. I mean, we could have easily dealt damage to that M103. Would have had to been a little bit more cautious. But it just shows you where alpha damage is fantastic. We dealt 4,500 damage, and the battle wasn't even 3 minutes over. We could have easily dealt more damage in that game if we had plenty of more time. So, this is a pretty good example of why don't judge a tank by its cover. Sure, DPM might not be great, and the standard pen isn't fantastic, but I can tell you what is fantastic: the premium pen. It has 341 millimeters. Now, if you don't know why that's so good, let's go get up like a Leopard 1, which is obviously a tier 10 medium, and the Leopard 1 has the highest heat pen in tier 10, followed by vehicles like the E50M and other 330 heat pen vehicles, as you can see. 330 heat pen is the highest you will find on a mobile tier 10 medium or light tank, unless you get out the Sheridan or the T92E1, which are sitting at 341. Now, what that means is that vehicles like the E100 and other tier 10s that might have a very decent chance of bouncing your heat shells now aren't going to, and it's a fantastic upside of a vehicle like the T92E1, because when you come up against tier 8, you butter through their armor, and when you go up against tier 10s like the IS-7, you've got enough heat pen to go right through its upper plate. It's kind of weird, but it's a fantastic virtue going for it. You have about the same heat pen as a Concept 1B, and you make an IS-7 wish you had as much pen as you. So what do we have on the enemy team? We got a Hori, we got a 54E1, and that's it for tier 9. So this is a really solid battle in that circumstance. Because we're a light tank, we should quite easily be able to get into base A. Maybe not as quick as the FE301, but we're going to get in the base A very quickly. There you go, nice, and now we are going to see if we can spot the enemy tanks as they cross. Now, sometimes they like to cross through here. I guess we're going to find out. Oh, there's the 54E1. Let's shoot an HE. Well, I guess I didn't shoot an HE. It would have been a very nice HE pen, but I'm not going to complain. That is still 570 damage. If we were in a vehicle, let's say like a Vickers CR, and we had hit the guy for 350, sure, it would have hurt him. But it just shows you how, in just an easy snap, we just dealt 570. We got the T-28 prototype off to the side. We got somebody capturing base B. I don't really want to take a blind shot. This vehicle obviously has such a long reload. I feel like it hurts you a lot when you take blind shells. So I'm just going to wait. I mean, we are light. We will outspot anybody that tries to push out. So yeah, I'll just chill here. We'll see what the enemy team does, and it's as simple as that. Now, I'm not sure what my Pershing's doing. I can definitely tell you that. But there's the T-54E1. And we also got the T-28 prototype. Maybe we can hit him. Yeah, there you go. Easy slap into his vehicle. But unfortunately, my Pershing is useless, is a good way to word it. So, nice tap, though. We already got the T-28 prototype lowered quite a bit. Now, the enemy has their Lorraine and, as well, their Vickers over towards base C. Now, that gives me, obviously, the pretty easy inclination that they're not over towards this side of the map. So, what we're going to do right on in the beginning is finish off the T-54E1. A very nice opportunity there to use our Alpha. And then let's continue pushing on up. We got the Hori over to the side, and I'm going to just keep on pushing past, and, oh... Ooh, we got hit by, what was that, the T-28 prototype? Oh, and we got the Hori over here. That was my fault. I should have been paying a bit more attention back up. Oof, that could have been much worse than it was. We got the VK-45 off to the side, and I can't shoot him yet. We also got the T-28 prototype here, and wow, my team is really bad. I don't really know what to say. Well, let's get a shell into the prototype. There you go. Nice slap, but now we got, like, the Hori over here, which is obviously not what I want. Thankfully, the Hori missed, and we got, like, the Defender Mark 1. This is a weird battle. That's all I'm going to say. This is a really weird battle. That Hori looks like he wants to get a shell so bad into my tank. But thankfully, since we've got that very nice heat pen, we can just cut through his tank, as you can see. Big ol' slap for 500, and now we drive away. Obviously, that FE301 is probably going to try and clear my teammate, so yeah, I'm going to get out of here while I still can. I think that'll be the smartest decision for my battle right now. FE301 is over towards mid, though, so let's reload. 3, 2, 1, and fire. There you go. FE301 is cleared. I mean, again, you can see, sure, DPM is really bad on this vehicle. And that's the main argument that you would make to why you wouldn't want to run this tank, is the DPM is atrocious. But you don't need DPM in a lot of situations. I mean, this Hori over here, easy shell right into the side of his tank. 577 finishes him off. We haven't needed damage per minute whatsoever. Sure, there was a very bit of a weird situation in this battle, but we're getting damage out quite easily. We got the Lorraine off to the side. Let's reload. 3, 2, 1, and fire. There you go. Oh, wow, that was a massive low roll. I will say, though, we probably are going to lose this battle. Unless our team can get clears out very quickly, I mean, right now I've got a decision to make. Do I want to go for the base capture, or do I want to clear the enemy tanks? And right now, I'm hoping that this shark clears this guy. If not, there you go, easy shell in. And then all we got left is the AMX, who I'm just going to drive past. Let's keep going, and hopefully, the shark just needs to pen one shell. That's really all that needs to happen. The Patton looks like he's going to be getting into base C. We got 3 more seconds left. Let's reload in an HE shell. There you go. Big slap for 653. How do you bounce an AMX 5100? That's pretty confusing. Actually, we could lose this. Yep, we lost. Now, DPM definitely caused us to lose that battle there, but not really. Our shark was trash. The fact that he managed to bounce the shell on an AMX 5100 is pretty incredible. So, yeah, like 40, yeah, there's not much to say about that. But the T92E1 did its job. Sure, we were not able to win the battle. I could have gone for the base capture, but it wouldn't have made a difference. That kill there on that player would have lost us the battle anyway, so that kind of sucks, but we did the best we could. We did 4,600 damage. We cleared as many opponents as we could in that game. We used our maximum DPM, and we almost dealt 5,000 damage and came out with the mastery. Unfortunately, the stupidity of our teammates rushing shots, bouncing an AMX 5100 on the hull, which is impressive, yeah, we lost that. But oh well, what can you do, right? Hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, and you would like to see more on tanks that you might not have thought too much about, let me know in the comments down below. But the T92E1 is definitely, in my opinion, an overpowered tank if you can run it right. I mean, just today alone, if I'm able to get out my Blitz stars statistics in the vehicle, I've been going 75% in the vehicle with 3,800 average damage. I mean, that's tier 10 levels, and not only is that tier 10 levels of damage, but that's like fatness levels of damage. So it's insane how you can get away with so much. In fact, you can see me averaging almost the same in both of these vehicles, my tier 10 and tier 9. So yeah, it's a pretty insane tank. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. As I said, if you'd like to see more like it, let me know. But other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.